what are your thoughts as you start your 15th season? Can you believe that?
It's crazy to think I've spent a little over a year of my life here at St. Vincent, but it's a lot of fun. I'm excited about this team, excited about the group of guys we have, and it's always fun this time of year to kind of get it going.
With so much, so many singular accomplishments, is it even easier to concentrate on that one thing, the championship?
That's all that really matters to me, winning and losing. And if you win more than you lose, that's important. But winning those games can lead to Super Bowl opportunities, and so that's always our ultimate goal. Which there's 31 other teams doing the same thing, but that needs to be our singular focus.
How do you feel physically coming into this camp?
Great. Yeah, ready to go.
And cutting out the carbs and the sugars, how challenging was that?
Tough early, but then it gets easier as you get going.
And why? What was the push for that?
Just as we get older, all of us, including everyone out here, we need to get healthier. I think we need to be healthier as a society, and so why not push for better health for everybody?
What difference are you seeing so far?
Well, it's only day one. It's only the first practice, so but knees, ankles being lighter. Those are all positives when it comes to this age and playing football, a sport that you're pounding on your knees. You've had a couple of knee surgeries, so anything you can do to lighten the load on your knees and ankles, I think is important.
Do you have a nutritionist that's helping you out with this?
I'm sorry, a little louder?
A nutritionist that's helping you out with this?
Yes.
Do you have his name?
Yes.
Would that help you extend your career even further?
I hope so.
Yeah,
I hope so. I hope that you do everything you can to really say, okay, I'm going to be the best I can be physically, mentally for this season. But I think if you continue looking after your body and keeping yourself healthy, it can lead to more years, hopefully.
What changes have you seen Randy make, whether they be off the field or actually what you do on it?
Not a lot. I think that's one of the things you have to credit Randy with is not changing much, and in terms of he's not going to change who he is. He's not going to change his approach to the game. He's not going to change and be a different person. Randy is Randy. Those of you that have been around him as long as me know that the passion that he brings to the game of football is infectious and it's fun, and everyone kind of feeds off it. So we don't want Randy to change. We want him just to continue to be the person, the coach that he has been for us.
Has he made any changes to your all's processes, though?
Changed to what?
Changed to your all's processes, meetings, things like that.
No, not really, not yet.
What's it like going through this camp without Le'Veon for a second time around? You guys did it last year. What's it like this time around?
Well, Le'Veon's one of the best, if not the best in the business. We all know that. We miss him as a teammate and everything. But I look at it as an awesome opportunity for the other guys. There's a lot of guys that can get a lot of reps, and they can get a feel for our offense and for us, and we can get a feel for them. So James and Rid and Fitz and all those guys, it's an awesome opportunity for them. I think they're taking full advantage so far.
Ben, if everybody is in place, how would you compare this offense potentially to last year?
Probably the same. I mean, it's the same group of guys, same positions. We just need to be better. We want to improve every year, and we've been a very good offense the last few years. So we just don't want to take any steps back. So we need to continue to push every day to get better.
Then the defense stressed miscommunication and lack of tackling. Is there anything that the offense stressed last year to get better?
You know what? I don't know if there's like one specific thing. I think for us, for me specifically, it's always turnovers. We can't turn the ball over. We have to take advantage of opportunities, whether that short field defense gives us turnovers, punt team, all those things. We need to take advantage and get in the red zone and be as successful as we want to be down there.
What do you want to see specifically from those running backs in the next couple weeks?
Just work. I want to see. I think a lot of it will come when the pads come on. Let's see how physical guys are. Backs on backers is always a popular one to see the physicality of these guys, and then once you start running the ball. But you already start seeing a lot of kind of comfort from James and some of those guys just having another year here. So I'm really excited about their opportunity.
Ben, you guys acquired Vance right before the season started, so this is his actual first training camp with the team. How much beneficial is that to not just to him but to you and your relationship working with him?
I think you already see the payoff and the dividends from it. To have him here, the communication, he was kind of thrown into the fire last year, and that's tough. And I think that hopefully we can develop even more of a rapport. We saw some big plays today from him and our connection. So hopefully we can develop each other's kind of knowledge of each other and develop each other's feel and make us. I mean, he needs to be maybe our number 2 or 3 receiver. You don't know.
Was that reflected in the Jacksonville game? 16 targets, 10 catches, or was that more just advantage of trying to take advantage of the soft spots?
Probably both, a little bit of both. I think Vance is a unique kind of animal, if you will. I think we can utilize him in different ways, and I think Randy will find ways to do that. Whether that's splitting him out, putting him in tight screens, all kinds of things. So I think and hope if he stays healthy, we'll see a lot more of him.
In what ways does it open up the offense if you can establish a one singular every down tight end?
Well, I think each tight end we have brings something different to the team and brings something different to the play. So I don't know that you necessarily need to have one and only one. I like being able to have different options and different weapons because there's times that we've got 2 and 3 tight ends on the field at a time.
You said you felt the offense was the same as last year. Is this your best chance to win a championship? Another one?
Well, I hope so. I mean, we always want to go. That's our goal. That's everybody's goal, though.
Right.
So we'll. It's a little too early to say if we've got a great chance of winning it or not.
Ben, you mentioned 3 to 5 more years you've told the organization. Is that something that you continue to evaluate throughout the year, or when you get here, you put that to rest and think about that?
Yeah, it's when I get here, my singular focus is on this season and one season and giving everything I have. When the season's over, which hopefully is a long time from now, you kind of reevaluate. And I think the biggest key to that is just physical health. That's the kind of biggest unknown, when you get done with the season. How do you feel physically? Do you feel physically able to go back another season or not? So we'll address that when the season's over. That's a long ways away.
Do you feel rejuvenated, Ben?
I do. When you come here, there's something about coming here. As much as you kind of hate it, you love it. And to be able to come here with these guys and kind of start another camp and just kind of feel the excitement and the energy. And I really like where this team is. I think if you didn't have a good feeling about this team, it probably wouldn't be as exciting. But I am excited about this group.
I think it was last year you didn't throw a pick all through camp, and then you threw one the first day.
Yeah, what about as soon as it left my hand, I knew it was going to be picked. That's the way it goes.
Did you say no? Did you scream no?
Oh yeah. So as soon as it came out of my hand, I knew it was bad.
What else did you say?
No, just no. Honestly, that's all I said. No and darn it.
Ben, what's the next big step you want out of Juju?
I think the challenge for Juju is going to be how's he going to respond to last year. When you're a young guy in this league, no matter kind of what position, quarterbacks, receivers, you can sneak up on people. He's not going to sneak up on anybody this year. People know what they're going to get, so he's going to have to now take his game to the next level to now find a way to get better than what the defense expects from him.
Were you pleasantly surprised because Eli left?
Yeah, I was excited about that. I was talking to Eli and just really excited about the opportunity to have him back. Obviously, just having a very significant injury not long ago, he probably could go out there and play and participate right now, but we've all had to kind of pull the reins and say, listen, let's be smart and ease into this thing so that you don't have any setbacks.
Are you holding out hope that you can have Le'Veon longer than a year? I know the business is what it is, but
yeah, I'm so far removed from the business of this game. I just play it, so I don't know what's going on with his agents and how this whole thing works. So I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Ben, did you go back to your rookie haircut?
No, it just makes you look thinner when you cut your hair low, right? Some of you older guys know that too. No,
You're looking at me.
It's hot, so I cut my hair
Have you lost weight?
low. Yes.
What are you weighing in at?
I can't tell you that. That's like asking a woman her age, right?
Well, you've been listed at 241 ever since you...
For a long time, I know. Bert and those guys do a great job in the media guide.
final question.
Ben, why'd you have to run and Marquise got the day off?
When?
Yesterday.
Oh, I chose to run. I didn't have to, but I wanted to get out there, and he said he was going to run if I ran, and I told him I don't want him to run because he's more important than I am, so I wanted him to stay back, and I just chose to run.
Work on tackling. I think we were last in the league when it came to missed tackles, so you clean that stuff up, and we were already a top 5 defense. It puts us in a better category when you do that. So, you stress it more, but at the end of the day, guys got to buy in, and that's what we're talking about now.
Cam, anytime you lose in the postseason, I know it's disappointing the way you lost to Jacksonville early because of the things you just mentioned. Was that even more frustrating and disappointing?
Yeah, because I think we had a decent year throughout the whole year, but we were only looked at by our last game. You look at that game, it was an offensive onslaught for both teams. So at the end of the day, we got to get better on defense because if you win that game, you go into the next week and you got a chance to rewrite the story. So You know, that's the game we're in, but we got to continue to improve and can't have those mishaps.
What's the encore for you this season, especially after the year you had last season?
There is no encore. It's a complete reset. You know, I got to get back to work. I got to work and got something to prove.
How different is it for you having a new position coach after all those years with Mitch?
A little different. You know, I still see Mitch around, but you know, I'm filling him out. He's filling me out. But I'm just trying to buy in. You know, his transition from college to NFL back. I mean, he was already in the NFL, but his transition back, trying to make it easy as possible. He's got some different terminology, so we're picking each other's brains and trying to get on the same page.
What does the absence of Ryan, how does it affect you guys up front?
You know, Ryan's our signal caller. Everybody has to be a little bit more communicative, and then I think you know, no one can replace the instincts he has, but that means we have to be more sound as a defense. We can't take as many risks because, you know, Ryan could be a riskier player because he's so fast and plays off of instincts. So we're not trying to replace him, but we're trying to make sure we do our jobs.
How much will it help not having to try to do that in midstream and having a training camp and a preseason to work it out?
Well, you can build with guys. You know, as much as Ryan was there, we had never planned for him not to be there. So, you know, knowing that we have a good off season, some newer guys in there, we might expect a lot more, but they'll be more familiar with the role.
Man, really excited to get started today. Really just focus on some good fundamental things in all aspects of play. Pre-snap penalties, ball security, ball awareness, keeping a lid on it on defense. Good day one-like things, like the energy and enthusiasm. Obviously, we'll just getting started with the process in terms of having these guys perform, evaluating that performance, making necessary corrections, and watching them evolve individually and collectively, and that's kind of what this process is about. Good environment to do it. Stayed relatively injury-free today, so a lot of positives. Any questions?
Mike, when you have guys like Joe Hayden and Vance McDonald, who's joined the team right before the season started, they kind of came right into game mode. How valuable is it to have them for a full off season, especially training camp? This is their first with you guys.
No, I'm sure they're excited about it. I know that I'm excited about having them. It's always good to be on the train when it leaves the station. You know, you don't learn any lessons secondhand. You see the totality of the process. I think everybody benefits from that. I think it helped those guys, being the solid, intelligent veterans that they are, that they were able to perform in the manner in which they did. But if you ask them, I'm sure that they're excited about being on day zero.
They said it was kind of one of those things where they could learn their position, the positions around them, but now they can understand the whole offense, the whole defense.
Sure.
Ben has adjusted his diet, lost weight. Is that something that you visibly expect to see results from? Anything you've noticed already?
I think that's reasonable. Regardless of position, man, we always say physical conditioning precedes anything else. So when a guy shows up in great shape, that's oftentimes the springboard for big-time play.
Mike, Joe Hayden and some other guys were saying they anticipate a heavy tackling camp and that they need to improve in that area. What do you want to see specifically?
Man, it's always the case. You transition from spring and summer ball to camp, and the carrying of the pads is an element of it. The physicality of the game is an element of it, and it's probably the most significant element of it. That's what's different between what we're doing now and what we did prior to now. So it's just a necessary part of the process. I'm not going to try to tell a cute and unique story.
Mike, Cam Heyward said today that the players felt humbled last year after that playoff loss. As coaches, did you feel the same way? And I know you don't look back, but do you use that as a motivating factor as the season begins?
Man, I'm always motivated. I really am. I don't tote the baggage from last year. You just can't. Just like you can't tote the successes. You're setting yourself up for failure if you do that. We're here starting anew. That's just my mentality. I'm sure each individual man carries things from the totality of his journey that allows him to do what it needs for him to do to be focused on the opportunity here. So that's probably what he speaks to. But largely, we all understand that this is 2018. We're all undefeated and unscored upon, and as is everybody else in the National Football League, and how we proceed determines what happens from here.
Did you get through today healthy?
Yes.
things.
A couple of the defensive guys said that they wanted the defense to be more communicative and be on the same page this coming year. How do you work on that at this stage?
By just rolling the ball out and doing just that, not taking anything for granted. General fundamental communication, things that happen pre-snap, things that happen post-play. The quick reviews of route concepts or gap responsibility in the run game. All really good defenses do a good job of that, whether it's pre-play or in a review fashion post-play.
James Conner's another one of those players that came in and came up and said, what do you expect to see?
You know, we talked about it a little bit yesterday. He's one of those second-year guys that you have a natural expectation to see an improvement. He's been around the track for a lap. He understands what's going on in terms of the environment and professional football, and he should utilize that experience and knowledge to produce a better, more consistent performance. He along with the other guys.
What does Sean have that makes him an option at the free safety?
Sean Davis?
Yeah.
The safety position in the National Football League today is really kind of interchangeable. I think your perceptions of free and strong in terms of in the traditional sense aren't necessarily what it's been. You got to be able to do it all in today's NFL at safety position. Cover, play half field, play single high. It's not that drastic of a transition, to be honest with you.
What interests you about Cam Sutton in that position?
What's that?
Yeah, at safety.
I'm focused on Cam's corner play, really.